Okay, so here's the false openings video, right? Or the ever-changing dynasty. So ever-changing dynasty is kind of like this whole concept where like, it's basically like filling the space or using crossing theory, right? Where like things cross, right? So as one dynasty falls from power, the other dynasty comes into power, and then it replaces the other dynasty, creating that governmental infrastructure in place. Okay, as one dynasty falls in power, the other dynasty is coming up this way. You're like, oh, wow, what's the party name, whatever, that kind of stuff, right? Okay, but part of that whole process is of us crossing, right? Using that crossing theory, filling the space and stuff like that, is also what we call false openings. So there's an opening here. My head is open here, but my body is open here. But in reality, it's not, because my next movement is going to close off the technique. It's going to close off the technique, right? It's going to close off the technique, all right? So what happens is I'm creating like a draw, or I'm baiting the opponent to attack me by creating this false sense of vulnerability. That's what they call it, false openings. Okay, I have this friend, right? Rick, right? I mean, he can watch a video and say, "Oh yeah, it's me," but they're like, he used to call it piddly twinks, right? Or piddly winks or whatever. But the whole thing about it is basically you're creating a draw. You make your opponent draw towards it, and then basically you take away, or you capitalize on your opponent's attack. Okay, you take away the vulnerability, right, in your next movement, or you're expecting that draw, and because you're expecting that the draw to have the opponent come in and attack you, then you use that against the opponent. Okay, and so you see that in a lot of combat stuff, a lot of combat sports and stuff like that. Sometimes like the opponent will like create a fake tell, yeah, be like, oh, they drop their hand down, they drop their hand down, they drop their hand down, and then the opponent will be like, oh, I got him. I'm gonna wait till he drops his hand down. So then he dropped his hand down, but he's really drawing the opponent. He sees the shorter movement move. Now he comes in and he counters the counter that the opponent was gonna do, right? It's like that chess game thing, right? So again, false openings is that, okay? And the reason why Uncle is rambling is because he needs to get the video over 3 minutes so that it can be a regular video instead of these shorts, man. He doesn't know how to set up his phone to be able to like just record shorts and that kind of stuff. But anyway, so you can see Uncle's house. Uncle's house. It's kind of dirty. Hey, it's kind of dirty. Well, give him a break because he's a poor guy in Hawaii. It is what it is. Okay, so I'll go train. False openings.